Okay, I'm going to try to video this. See if I can show everybody what's going on. Here we have the cat, nicely swaddled. This is mostly to support her head, but it doesn't hurt to keep her front paws occupied. So I start by working on this joint. We're working on the hip here, which it really doesn't like. It's these muscles here that are contracting and pulling the leg forward. So we're trying to work on reminding the nerves how to send the leg backwards. So I can feel a lot of quivering in here, like tiny little spasms, which I guess are the nerves firing. And so we reward the kitty for relaxing. The nice little treat. Feed her the treat while I'm pulling this back. See, it's very stiff, and as you can see, the leg is completely stiff and rigid. So then we work on the stifle a little bit. So I'm supporting her hips, her pelvis here with my hips. It's hard to see. Then we see there's not a lot of bend that we can get here on its own. So I kind of start down here, and I'm tucking my little finger in here into the stifle joint, again kind of pushing back against my pelvis. When she gets really cranky, I give her a treat, and then pulling here, and basically we're trying to squish the leg up towards her pelvis. I don't think this is very comfortable for her. I'm feeling the nerves firing. I don't think this is good at all. So what I want to do is hold it like this while I give her a treat, but that's not always logistically feasible. So you can see her stretching here. It's not great, especially at the stifle right here. Try to move it back, move it forward. There's a lot of resistance here, a lot of tension. Those muscles are really just trying to pull it right up towards her belly. So I know. So this is really how she wants to be holding the leg, how the nerves are telling it to go. I know, baby. So then we're going to try it with the e-stim and see if we can get better movement. So I have the electrodes, and I like to do it like this with them going up. So what I try to do is kind of get it where the muscle attaches, right up in here. Sometimes I can find a perfect place, and then I'll see because the muscle will kind of spasm as I'm placing the electrode, and that usually means it's a good spot. Which I didn't get this time, so I might need to redo it. Put the electrode down here. Again, I'm not seeing the movement, so that's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. So I have my little e-stim machine here. Thanks to Aqua Dogs for the rental. And then we take the electrodes here, which Feta likes to play with. Plug it into the machine, and then we plug it into the electrodes. You're a good girl, Feta. And then we turn it on. So right now this goes up to 8, and we have it going at about 2.5. So hopefully you can see now how it's going. The leg is going along. Sometimes I can get a little bit different movement depending on where we scoot the electrode. But you can see she's kind of fighting against herself. At the same time, the electrode is telling the nerves to move the leg back. She is trying to pull it forward still, and I don't know if that's intentional or not. I almost suspect that it's not intentional. But we go along like this. Hopefully someday we'll get a little more bend here and a little more bend in the stifle, but right now we're working on strengthening the hamstring back here because that is incredibly weak on her and part of why she isn't wanting to use the leg. In addition to the fact that we're not sure that the nerves are actually giving it the correct signals to tell it what to do. So we do this for 5 minutes, and then we will show you what the stretches look like afterwards. Hopefully this worked.